What's up, guys? It's Clown Fight here. Guys, today I'm just going to be breaking down the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois face-off, or round the table, as you like to say. So, for those of you who don't know, the full video of this actually came out yesterday. Now, a lot of people are saying it was actually leaked. It should not have dropped yesterday. But fortunately, I did get to manage to watch it. I didn't get to manage to break it down live while I was watching it. I was going to do the breakdown today. Can't find the footage, guys. For whatever reason, they've taken the footage down. Maybe they released it a little bit too early. The fight's still 2 to 3 weeks away. Maybe they wanted to save it for the last week. But I did watch it all, guys. So I'm just going to give you my thoughts and my verdict on what I saw. So just from what I remember, guys, gloves I've already done a breakdown on this. So make sure you check my previous video on the scene where AJ nearly says I'm going to throw a chair at Dubois. But in terms of what I saw here, guys, was I'm just going to give my view. I saw a cool, calm, collected AJ, but he did seem to have some sort of chip on his shoulder. He sat on the table next to Eddie Hearn like he commanded the table. He sat on the table like he was at a business meeting. I saw Daniel Dubois on the left-hand side sitting with Frank Warren. Daniel Dubois was, I'm not saying he was out there or anything, but there were times in this face-off around the table where Daniel Dubois started the piping up. So before I watched the full video of this I did do a breakdown, as I said, and I wanted to know what caused AJ to flip out like this, like he did with Dubois, where he said, I'm going to smash a table across your face. I can see where AJ may have felt the disrespect, but again, I will be doing a in-depth analysis of when it actually drops, and I'll do a analysis frame by frame of what my thoughts are and views, as I usually do. But because it's not out, I'm just going to give you my thoughts. So it seemed to me that AJ was trying to be reserved, but he kind of felt like he has a big chip on his shoulder, but he wasn't saying much. He was just saying, yeah, it's Daniel Dubois, it's his time, and I will beat him. But I did start to notice that Daniel Dubois was piping up a little bit. It looks like Daniel Dubois got quite a lot of confidence. He was saying in the face-off, there was a point where Eddie Hearn basically stepped in, and Eddie Hearn questioned Dubois on the right hands he took from Hrgović, one after the other. Frank Warren backed Daniel Dubois and says he was tough for taking them. And Eddie Hearn was saying, yeah, but you don't really want to get hit by that many right hands, especially not off this guy, not even one. Then Dubois put it on Eddie Hearn. He goes to Eddie Hearn, do you think AJ could have taken those right hands that Hrgović was landing on him? And then AJ's face went a bit angry, like, I don't want to say angry, but AJ was shocking Daniel Dubois with those crazy eyes as soon as Dubois said this. And Eddie Hearn goes, yeah, of course, AJ would have took those shots as well, but AJ doesn't really get hit like that, or something like that. And Dubois was smiling, and like, I can't remember, there was a scene in there where can't exactly remember, where AJ was giving some sort of props to Dubois, like he's upcoming, he's respected, this, that, and then I can't remember what Dubois said exactly, but he said something to AJ. Something like, I think what AJ said is he's going to find out on Saturday the 21st. He pointed at Dubois. So from what I saw, guys, is the mannerisms of Dubois felt a little bit, I don't want to say smug, but it's some sort of confidence, guys. Dubois feels confident, really confident. Maybe that's because of his last few performances he's had. Obviously, that was a better opposition than Anthony Joshua, I have to be honest. He fought Gerald Miller, and then he fought Hrgović. Now, AJ's fought Francis Ngannou, Otto Wallin. And in my opinion, I'd say Daniel Dubois' last 2 to 3 fights are better than AJ's 2 to 3 fights. So maybe both of these guys have lost to Usyk, guys, so there's no point even having that conversation. Obviously, it was in different manners, but both of them have lost to Usyk. But for me, it feels like Daniel Dubois feels that he's gone through the ring of fire now. His mind's right, he's mentally in a better place. But at the same time, a lot of people say you don't want to be fighting AJ right now as well, because he's on that crazy form as well, as you see with the Ngannou performance. But from my opinion, guys, from what I saw a confident Daniel Dubois just trying to be himself. There is even a point where Usually AJ is the type of guy where if the other person was speaking, AJ goes, I don't really want to do too much talking or talk in the ring. I saw Dubois say in this press conference, let AJ and let Eddie Hearn talk. I ain't got much to say. I'll show them respect, but I ain't got much to say. Let them lot talk. And AJ was getting annoyed. AJ was starting to feel like the little brother was piping up to the big brother. Like he's trying to say the little brother's the man. And you could see that in this. The demeanor of AJ was getting more and more pissed off. And as I said, we all know what happens, guys, at the end. We've already seen the breakdown where AJ said, I'm going to throw a chair across your fucking face. I think, do I want to say, is AJ a bit insecure? Was AJ feeling a little bit insecure for Daniel Dubois? Again, some people might say it's insecurity that this young 26, 27-year-old Daniel Dubois is now doing what AJ done about 5-10 years, 8-9 years ago as well. But Daniel Dubois has fought good opposition. I think personally Daniel Dubois probably fought better opposition than AJ at that time of his career. He's fought Usyk. AJ never fought Usyk at that time. Dubois has fought fucking Joyce. He lost to Joyce. He's fought he had last 2 wins over Jerome Miller and Hrgovic. So Dubois starting to get into his, not saying his prime, I don't think the prime hits till 30s, but he's getting into his groove and the confidence is building. And I started seeing Eddie Hearn even saying to Daniel Dubois, that's good, we want you to be confident. And there was a few times in here, guys, where Frank Warren was saying stuff to about AJ, like whoever gets hit with the right hand, this and that. And basically they're talking about the Usyk fight, and Frank Warren was saying, I believe Daniel Dubois did better than AJ. AJ did 24 rounds, and I saw AJ give a smirk to Eddie Hearn, like what the fuck's this guy on about? And then there was a point where Eddie Hearn AJ tried to stick it on Frank Warren for something he said about him in the past, and Frank Warren and AJ had a bit of an argument, and then Daniel Dubois wasn't saying much, and then I think Daniel Dubois got asked, are you ready? And AJ Dubois was like, look, I'm just ready to fight. A lot of antics in this press conference. AJ was calm. He was showing like a chip on the shoulder type of mindset. I don't think any disrespect was shown. I don't think Dubois showed disrespect, but what I saw Dubois do a few times, Dubois smacked his hand on the table and goes, let's go, I'm ready now. I've been training, I've been doing this. I think Frank Warren was saying, oh, Dubois just come back from Brazil, he's very tired, this and that. And AJ they were basically laughing at each other with their own personal jokes, Frank Warren and Daniel Dubois. And AJ goes, what's he been doing in Brazil? And they weren't answering it. And then Daniel Dubois was just chatting to Frank Warren, and AJ goes, what were you doing in Brazil? And then I think Frank Warren jumped in and says, yeah, training. He's just been training like you. All he does is spend all the time in the gym, just like you. And I don't know what it is, guys. It just felt like, for me, AJ's a bit annoyed about something, whether that's you could say arrogance, or I wouldn't say it's arrogance. I think it is confidence from Dubois. Dubois believes he can finish AJ, guys. He said stuff like, I know AJ's been the king for a long time, but I have to become the Kingslayer. I think slowly, these little comments, they started to annoy AJ until it got to the last part of the conference. It was where AJ just couldn't hack it, which I've done the video on before, where AJ just basically goes, look, I'm just ready to fight. But Dubois was basically saying the same shit. So both of these guys are in that mode, and then AJ just goes, I'm just ready to fight or something. And he looked at Dubois with those beady eyes, and Dubois just goes, you can go, let's go. And then Frank Warren goes, no, let's not have it now. And then Dubois goes, we can have it now if he wants to swing out. That's when AJ got pissed off, because Dubois was doing this throughout the build-up, while the whole obviously when it comes out I will do it in breakdown, but Dubois was doing these sort of things, not a lot, but each time there was a chance for Dubois to pipe up a little bit, he would act a bit different than he usually acted. I think it's confidence, guys. Honestly, you can tell Dubois is not the type of guy he's never been that type of guy to just talk for the sake of it. I think it's coming from his confidence. He believes he can be AJ. And again, I will give you my prediction when I get closer, but I think this is not going to be like everyone thinks it's going to be an easy fight for AJ. I don't think so, guys. I think it's going to be a tough fight, and I think Dubois could actually do it. But again, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not saying that AJ won't win this. I'm not giving my prediction, but when the full gloves round the table drops, I will be doing a breakdown and an in-depth analysis, so definitely stay tuned for that. I just thought I'd give him my thoughts. So AJ's in a mode where he just wants to batter the shit out of Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois is in a mode where he's just agitating AJ, prodding him. But in a sly way, in a confidence way. I don't think he did it on purpose, but he definitely realised you could say Dubois might have got under AJ's skin, but I don't think he was trying to, but through his confidence, and AJ's just, in my opinion, it feels a little bit insecure. But that being said, I think AJ may have taken it as disrespect as well, because if you're going to say let's swing now, and AJ's obviously trained with Dubois, the sparring also got brought up, guys. The sparring got brought up. AJ asked Dubois, goes, you know what happened in sparring? Let's say it. Dubois had a conserved answer. Dubois goes, what happened in sparring 7 years ago is 7 years ago. It doesn't matter. We're going to fight in 2 weeks. And he tried to dead it off. And then Adelaide in the middle, I forgot his name, man. The guy in the middle jumped to Dubois, goes, yeah, we know we dead it off, but what happened? And Frank Warren, they were like, yeah, we heard stuff happen, blah, blah, blah. They were trying to dead it off. Then AJ kept prodding. He goes, yeah, I want to know what happened. Dubois goes again, look, that sparring is sparring, but we'll see what happens. We'll wait for the fight, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously AJ had a bit of a rant at Frank Warren about a lot of stuff. Again, he was annoyed. Frank Warren was having a little bit of a back and forth with AJ. AJ was trying to stick it on Frank Warren. And then, as I said, guys, Daniel Dubois chose his moments where he chose to pipe up a bit. I wouldn't say it's disrespect on a personal level. Some people might think it was disrespect. I wouldn't say it was disrespect personally, but yeah. But yeah, guys. So yeah, that's just going to be my analysis of it. In my opinion, who won this? Again, I can't really say who won this, but I would say AJ was more annoyed than Daniel Dubois by Daniel Dubois' confidence, guys. If I'm being honest, I don't think he was arrogance. It was just confidence. AJ was don't want to say insecure, but it's like the big brother was feeling like the little brother is starting to step up a little bit too much. And he's like, I'm going to put you in your fucking place kind of thing. He's one of those. But yeah, guys, I will be doing an in-depth analysis as soon as it drops. But yeah, guys, just make sure you like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.